Hey, what's up? Brian here with the Holy Roller, playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. And today we're talking about a go-to strategy that I like to play when I go on a cruise. And it's not what you think, but watch this. Here we go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
Now, I know most of you might think, oh, his go-to strategy is light in the darkness. Well, I might do another rollout of that, but today I'm going to show you a system or a strategy that I like to use, and we'll actually roll it out. We have $1,000 in our bankroll, and we are going to be playing with this $1,000, and we're going to be playing a strategy that I call double tap, and it's called double tap, but I kind of modified it a little bit. So let me show you how I play double tap. Here we go. Have you got your dice tracker yet? Make sure to get one of these. Go to holyroller.com or check the link in the description. This is able to track not only your bankroll, but your points towards a free cruise, among other things. So make sure to grab one of these. Now let's get back to it. Okay, now one of the things that, let's say this is a $10 table. One of the things that I'm making sure that I'm putting into the way I play from this point forward is I'm never going to bet the table minimum. So that means if it is a $10 table, instead of $44 inside, I'm going to play $66 inside instead. And the other thing that I'm going to do, at least on this round right here, is I'm actually going to go across. So with that, I'm going $96 across, meaning that I have $1,000, and so I have enough to get 10 shooters or one round. So one round I'm going to play, and I'm going to start with $96 across. I'm going to assume somebody else is the shooter, and I'm going to just show you as we go how I play double tap, or the system that I would use in this. And it's always, there's a couple top 6. I did a video not too long about the top 6 things. Number one is to make sure to play one round. So I won't roll out one round, but I'll kind of show you. There's a 7. I'll kind of show you how it works. There's a 2, and here we go with a 9. Finally, we got a point of 9. So the point is 9. Our bets are on, the puck is on, and we're going to do double tap. Okay, there's an 8, and the 8 pays $28. And so whenever you're playing double tap, whatever hits, you will bring that up to the next level. Okay, so let's talk about it. We might need to throw in some money, but here is 30. There's 42, right? So we can go to 42, and we would need $2 more to go up. But let's say we go to 42, okay? Now, this pays 49. If this hits again, we're ready to regress, okay? Now, here we go. We need one more hit. Let's see what happens. If it's an 8, that would be great, and it is, actually. And so we're going to throw in $1 here, okay? And then we're going to get 50 for 1, okay? Now, what we're going to do is this money came from the straight thing. So this is actually a double tap. We double tapped the number that hit. It happened to be 2 in a row. Okay, so now what we're going to do is watch. We're going to go back down like this, right here. That is our original bankroll. Now, remember, one of the things that we want to do is we always want to regress after 1 or 2 hits. This was 2 hits, and if it was another number, we would have regressed as well. I'll show you what that means soon. But we have $75, $76, $77, $78, okay? And because our initial bet was one level up higher than the table minimum, now we have 70, let's say $75. We can simply go 64 across at this point. So we can bring these down, all 1 unit each. And when we do that, we actually have all these bets are paid for. And that is with a true, what's called double tap. We got a double tap, okay? So we got a double hit, or we hit the same number twice. Now, let's roll it out. I'm still going to play double tap, but I'm playing it at this level. So watch, and it's 64 across, by the way. And there's a 9. Okay, so we hit the point of 9, and we're going to throw in $1, because it's going to pay 15 for one. But because we're doing double tap, we're throwing in $1 and we're going to make that look like 25. Okay, now I'm going to just leave it like that instead of making it a green quarter. But it's $25 now. Okay, so here we go. Now we roll and it's a 10. So the point is 10. And the 9 would be the double tap number. Okay, here we go. And it is a 2. And we're pretty much out of this hand, and it's a 7. All right, so it's a 7. So we made a little bit of money because we had 75, we went 64, so we made about 10 bucks or so. All right, so with all that, this comes all down, that's 7 out, and now it's time for another shooter. Now, again, we're just gonna throw in 100 and say 96 across. We'll get $4 change. And then they'll set us up at 96 across. So these are 15, these are 18, all right? And we're assuming somebody else is the shooter again. These bets are off, and we're gonna go ahead and get a point established. Here we go. It's an 8, so the point is 8, and now these bets are on. Let's see what we do here. And it's a 3, craps 3. And it's an 8, point hit 8. Now this is the same thing as before. We know that it's going to go to 42, okay? So pretty much we're bringing $4 back, and it's going to $42. The puck goes off. These bets are off. Time to roll. Here we go. And it's a 5. The point is 5 this time. And now we want the 8, but any of the other ones, remember, 1 or 2 hits, we regress. So let's see if we can get one more. And it's an 8. We actually got the 8 again. So that's great that it worked out that way. And we know that's going to be 1 for 50. And we know that we're going to go to 64. So all of these come down. And now we lock this up into our rack. And 1 or 2 hits, and we regressed. All right, here we go. 7 out. We were able to lock up a little bit more profit that time. Another 10 or so dollars. And now this time we'll be the shooter. So we're going to do a $10 pass line, and we're going to throw in 100, and we're going to say the same thing. Give me 96 across. Okay, $4 change. All right, this time we're the shooter. So let's go ahead and let's roll it. And it's a 9. The point is 9. And we're just going to leave it out there instead of doing odds. So here we go. And it's an 8. All right, back out on that 8. And we know that that's going to go to 42, right? And we bring back $4. Here we go. Yo 11, yo 11. And it's an 8 again. Wow, this just happens to be hitting this one. I almost want to show you if it doesn't, but eventually it won't, I guess. I don't know. But it's the 8, and that, you know, that pays 50 for 1. So let's go ahead and get that, by the way. 50 for 1, and then we're going to regress these down. And bring all of this back to our rack. And now all of these 64 across. Here we go. We're still playing double tap, by the way. There's a 3. And there's a 6. Okay, so because this is now lower, we're going to actually throw in some money because that's going to pay $14. And because that pays $14, we want to bring it to 30. In order to do that, we have to throw in $4. We throw in $4, 12 goes to 30 with with $4. Okay, so we added $4 and we're doing what's called double tap. And I'm going to show you, like I said before, how I play double tap. Okay, because not always does it happen where it actually double taps. So let's see what we get here. And it's a 5. And that we're going to throw in $1. Okay. Now, this one is 15 for 1, but it means we're taking it to 25. Okay, so now we have 2 of them set where it's time to regress if we were at the beginning. So what we would have done at the beginning, if it was the first 2, this one would have been at 42, right? And then we would have hit a 5, which would have been $14. So we would have had, or sorry, not 14, because it would have been at $15, which would have been 21. So this would have been at 42. This would have been an extra 20. So 21 would have been $42. We would have regressed to $42, or maybe we go to 44 inside after 2 hits. But the idea is that you regress after your 2 hits. But because we already regressed, now we're at the double tap level and we have our money back out of the hand and we're hoping to hit a 5 or a 6. But if we hit any other one, that's fine too. Let's see what happens. And it's a 6. All right, so normally, and this is how you would do a double tap. So this would pay $35. And you would throw in $2 and say, take it to 12. Okay? So we're bringing back 55 or $53 back to our rack. We double tap and then go down. The other thing you could do is take this up 1 level, but this is how I would play double tap. Now I'm looking for the 5. The other thing you could do is once you regress this one, I could have regressed this one at the same time and locked up another $15. Okay, so here we go. 7 out. So basically, that's how I play double tap, where, yeah, I try to get the same one to hit, but sometimes if you haven't regressed, if you get 2 hits, you still regress, okay? So that's out. These are all lost. So let me explain that one more time, just in case it's not clear. So let's say we have our 96 across. Here we go. We have our 96. Let's say a point gets established. It's a 10. Let's say 8 rolls or a 5 rolls. Let's say 5 because you've seen the 8, okay? So if 5 rolls, that pays $21, okay? $21, and that means that this would be $25, $35, okay? $35 would pay the, and we get $1 back, but that would pay the 50 for 1, just like 42 would pay 50 for 1. So that's how that would work. Now let's say a 9 hit, okay? A 9 hit, and it would be $21 as well, okay? And because it's 2 hits, this is when we would regress. And so you would take your money here, okay? Let's just put that back. This is what we won: 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, and then that $1 over here, $42 is what we won. Because we're doing a 2-hit regression, even though we got 2 hits and it wasn't 2 hits on the 5 like it did on the 8 before, we're still regressing down to 44 inside. The initial bet is 1 higher, then we regress down. So that's how we play double tap, and we would do the 44 inside and lock up and then go from there. Okay, let's roll this one out one more time just to see how it would work. And so here we go. We have 96 across. We're assuming somebody else is the shooter, and the point is 8. So then the point is 8, and here we go. Let's see what we could get here, and it is a 6. So we know that that's going to be $42. So we just say to the dealer, take it to 42. They're going to pay, and then they're going to take it to 42 and then give us the $4 okay? And here we go. Let's roll. And it's a 4, okay? Now the 4, from the 4, this pays 27, and we're going to say take it all the way up. And what's going to probably happen is we probably should just take it to 35 because that will cost $1 VIG, and then we'll get $6 back, okay? So just say take it to 35, okay? Now remember, this is 2 hits. We should regress, right? If you really want to go for 3 hits, you're really risking your money. But what I would do is, remember we brought this back, is I would always bring it down. Bring it down. Now you might say, well, what if I leave my 6 and just don't press my 4 and lock that up? Remember, the point is 1 or 2 hits, you have to regress. Now, most people want to risk it right here. And this is where things don't go as planned a lot of times. It just doesn't work. Even if we have the big 4 and the big 6 here, meaning that we have this pressed and this pressed, if a 5 hits, wouldn't you want to regress then? You know, you're really just hoping that a 4 or a 6 hits. If you're really hoping for that, then why not take all the rest of your numbers down? You still wouldn't be out of the hand, but there has to be some type of regression. And so up until this point, I've showed you that you regress and only use what you've won. You don't necessarily have to do that, but there does need to be some type of regression. So if you take these down and regress these to minimum, you're only bringing back $21 to your rack. Out of 96, by the way. So this is why I always would say you want to bring back, it would be great to bring back 96, okay? At least bring back 96. But just for the sake of this video, I'll roll this again, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, you can't make it up. I mean, that's what happens. So we only brought back $21 of our $96. The proper move in our discipline, okay, should have been that after we got that second hit, we regressed. Now you might say, but I really wanted the 4 and 6 to hit. Well, then put everything on the 4 and 6 and then take down the 5, 8, 9, 10. We could have taken all of this down, and you might say, well, what about those? Well, same thing. They would be regressed, but at least all of your money that you would have won, so we won 27 and 28, or sorry, 21. So 27 and $21 is what we would have had to bet on the 4 and the 6. If you really want to play it, that's how you should play it. And you're really truly doing a double tap of the first 2 numbers that hit. You would be wanting those to hit again. I hope this makes sense, but that's how I would play. Double tap is to, yes, try to get a double number, but also after 2 hits, you're regressing, and then from there, you still play the double tap game. So I hope that makes sense, but that's it, double tap. Maybe I'll do a live for my members only and talk to them and roll it out on a member only live and talk to them about, and talk to our members about how we play, or how I'm suggesting that we play double tap. It's a little bit different, but that's how I would play it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you would, and watch this video if you'd like to see more, and I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya!